Starting pitchers tonight were Carl Pavano for the Yankees, Barry Zito for the A's, and the Yanks got the jump on Zito in the bottom of the first with 1 out. Tony Womack singled, and with 2 out, Matsui was coming up. 1-0 pitch. Matsui swings and drives it to deep right center field. Matsui going back, still going at the track, and he can't get it. The ball's off his glove. Now Karam's off the wall. Womack will score easily. Matsui going to third with a slide with a triple. The ball gets away, but it's backed up and ricochets. Actually rolls right in front of the A's dugout. Matsui holds at third with a triple, and it's 1-0 New York. The A's would tie it up in the top of the third. Eric Burns leading off.
2-1 pitch. It's lined to center field, hit well. Matsui back to the plate, going back, away back, gone! Home run, Eric Burns, dead center field. His third of the season. And the A's are on the board, and we are tied at 1.
A's took the lead in the 4th inning. Hatterberg led off with a walk, and Kelty was up next.
And Kelty hits a high drive to right field. That one may go. Back goes Sheffield, gone! 2-run home run, Bobby Kelty into the second row of the bleachers in right. His second home run of the season, and the Athletics lead it 3-1.
A's would have their chances against Pavano in the next 3 innings. In the 5th, they had first and third with 1 out, and Chavez at the plate. 1-1 pitch. And Pavano delivers. And Xavi line drive at third to A-Rod, back to first for a double play. How do you like that? The A's get a well-hit ball in a runner in scoring position situation, and Chavez hits a rocket to third to A-Rod, and Kendall drifting too far off the first base bag, and it's a 5-3 inning-ending double play. And then halfway through our ball game tonight, after 4 1/2, it is the Athletics 3 and the Yankees 1. A's would get Kelty to second in the 6th and couldn't bring him home. In the 7th, again, the A's had 2 on, this time first and second, and 1 out. And Jason Kendall was the next hitter.
And Pavano throws 3 and 2, and the pitch is bounced to third. Could be 2. A-Rod picks it up, steps on the bag, throws to first, double play. And again, the A's can't get the hit with runners in scoring position. 2 hits, they leave 1. And after 6 1/2, it remains the Athletics 3 and the Yankees 1.
Meanwhile, Zito was outstanding after allowing that run-scoring triple to Matsui in the 1st inning. He retired the next 11 Yankees before Andy Phillips doubled with 1 out in the 5th. But Barry sailed through the 6th and the 7th, and the A's were leading 3-1 going to the bottom of the 8th when Zito walked the leadoff hitter John Flaherty. Robinson Cano hit a comebacker. The A's getting the force at second on Flaherty. Derek Jeter was up next. He hit a shot back at third. Chavez made a great play back of the bag. His throw to first was on a hop. Hatterberg couldn't hold it. Cano went to third on the play. Jeter was at first. It was ruled a single E5. And then Jorge Posada pitch hit for Tony Womack. So Posada batting for Womack, and the pitch is a ground ball, base hit to right field. Scoring easily is Cano. Jeter will stop at second as Burns slips the ball back to the infield. A pitch hit single to right by Jorge Posada, and now it's 3-2 Athletics. And that was it for Zito as he left the game after going 7 1/3 today. And Octavio Dotel came on with Ken Maka asking the A's closer to get 5 outs to try to get the save. A double steal on a 2-0 count to Sheffield. Cano stole third. Jason Kendall chose to throw the ball to second base. Had no chance there. And now a base hit, and the Yankees have the lead. Sheffield took it all the way. It was a straight steal. 3-2 A's. Infield back up the middle. As Dotel's 2-1 pitch is a ground ball to short that'll tie the ball game. Scudero's got it. Fires to first for the out, and we're tied at 3-3. Jeter is scoring. Posada holding at second. And with the rain falling in the Bronx, it's now a 3-3 tie. Looks like the Yankees would have a chance to add to that 8th inning as they had tied it up. We were still 3-3. Rodriguez was batting, and a bizarre play ended that bottom of the 8th. Posada at second. Matsui at first. And the 1-1 pitch. Hits him. I think, or was it behind him? It was behind him. The throw to third, and out at third is Posada. And that's how the bottom of the 8th comes to an end. The pitch, I thought initially it hit Rodriguez. I think he's claiming he was hit. He hasn't left the batter's box yet. It actually was behind him. Kendall came up with the ball back there, and Posada trying to advance to third base, and Kendall fired to third. Chavez laid the tag down, and Posada was out at third. And on kind of a bizarre play, which initially looked like it might be a disaster for the Athletics, they escaped the spot by the eighth inning, at least with the ball game tied. And after 8, A's 3, Yankees 3. Stayed 3-3 on into the 10th inning. Mariano Rivera was pitching for the Yankees as in the 10th, Scudero led off with a walk. Kotze initially was up there to bunt, wound up striking out. Kendall was hit by a pitch, and so the A's had 2 on and 1 out, and Chavez was up next.
And Scudero leads at second and Kendall at first. 3-2 the count to Chavez, and the pitch is bounced to the right of Jeter. Dives, stops it, throws to second. Late. The A's have him loaded with 1 out. Jeter made a great play diving to his right just to keep that ball from going into the outfield. But by the time he threw the ball to second, Kendall beat the throw.
And the runners were not going. And then Hatterberg was the next hitter as the A's took advantage of a big break.
And Rivera set in the 1-1, and that's ripped to Martinez. Drops the ball. He has a play at first, throws home, throws wide. The run is in. Here comes another run. He will score without a throw. The A's get 2, 1 on the ground ball, 1 on the throwing error from Tino Martinez, and they lead it 5-3. Hatterberg with a sharp ground ball to first base. Martinez came in, bobbled the ball briefly. At that point, his only real play was to first. He stepped on the bag and then made the ill-advised throw to the plate.
But he never, excuse me, Steve, he never touched first base. Hatterberg safe at first. And then Charles Thomas hit into a fielder's choice. Rubio Durazo reached on an error by Alex Rodriguez. Keith Ginter walked with the bases loaded. The A's got their 3rd run of that frame. The A's batting around in the 10th inning as the Yankees made 3 errors. Rivera walked 2 and hit 1. The A's scoring 3 times, taking a 6-3 lead and failing to hit a ball out of the infield. And meanwhile, the A's, with a combination of Ricardo Rincon and Kiko Calero, escaped the bottom of the 10th inning unscathed, despite a leadoff walk to Tino Martinez, as in that frame, Rincon faced the first 2 batters, and Calero faced the final 2.
1 out away from handing the Yankees their 4th straight loss. And the 1-0 pitch is popped up, and that ought to do it. In the infield, it's Hatterberg alongside Ginter. Ginter calling for it, makes the catch, and the Athletics have started this 6-game road trip to New York and Boston with a victory 6-3 in 10 innings, handing the Yankees their 4th consecutive defeat. The A's again in their 3-game losing streak.
And Steve Bitker will have the scoreboard when the